Jack Roosevelt Robinson, or Jackie Robinson as the world has come to know him, was born in Cairo, Georgia, January 31st, 1919. His parents gave him the middle name of Roosevelt in honor of President Theodore Roosevelt. Jackie's father left the family when he was only 1 year old, so his mom packed up Jackie and his 4 siblings and moved to Pasadena, California. By the time Jackie Robinson was in junior high, he was getting noticed for his athletic ability. Inspired by his brother Mac, who was a silver medalist at the 1936 Summer Olympics, finishing second only to Jesse Owens, Jackie was encouraged to pursue his interest in sports. In high school, Jackie excelled in 5 sports: football, basketball, track, tennis, and baseball. In 1936, Robinson won the Junior Boys Singles Championship in the annual Pacific Coast Negro Tennis Tournament and earned a place on the Pomona Annual Baseball Tournament All-Star Team, which included future Hall of Famers Ted Williams and Bob Lemon. After high school, he attended Pasadena Junior College. While in college, he broke the school broad jump record held by his brother Mac. He was elected to the All-Southland Junior College team for baseball in 1938 and was selected as the region's most valuable player. Towards the end of his second year at Pasadena Junior College, his brother Frank, who Jackie was closest to, died in a motorcycle accident. The death of his brother motivated Jackie to continue his pursuit of an athletic career. He enrolled in UCLA in Los Angeles, California, where he became the first athlete to letter in 4 sports. In 1939, Jackie became one of only 4 black players on the UCLA football team. This made UCLA one of the most integrated teams in college sports at the time. He won the 1940 NCAA Men's Track and Field Championships in the long jump. While at UCLA, he met the woman he would later marry, Rachel Issom. Following the attack on Pearl Harbor, Jackie Robinson was drafted into the Army in 1942 and assigned to a segregated Army cavalry unit in Fort Riley, Kansas. Robinson and several other black soldiers applied for admission to officer candidate school, but the applications of Jackie and his colleagues were delayed for several months due to the color of their skin. After protests by heavyweight boxing champion Joe Louis, who was also stationed at Fort Riley, Jackie and the others were accepted into the officer candidate school, and he graduated as second lieutenant in 1943. He was honorably discharged in November of 1944. While he was in the Army, he met a former player for the Kansas City Monarchs, a Negro League baseball team. His friend encouraged him to write the Monarchs and ask for a tryout, which he did. In early 1945, while Robinson was working as an athletic director at Sam Houston College, the Kansas City Monarchs sent him a written offer to play professional baseball in the Negro Leagues. Robinson accepted a contract for $400 a month. That same year, Branch Rickey, the general manager of the Brooklyn Dodgers, began to scout Negro League players. Rickey selected Robinson from a list of promising black players. On August 28, 1945, Branch Rickey interviewed Robinson for 3 hours to determine if Jackie Robinson could withstand the inevitable racial abuse that he'd experience. In a famous exchange recorded by Wendell Smith, a writer for the Pittsburgh Courier, Robinson asked, "Are you looking for a player who is afraid to fight back?" Branch Rickey replied, "No, I'm looking for a player with the guts not to fight back." Rickey signed Jackie to a minor league contract for $600 a month on November 1st, 1945. Just days before leaving for spring training, he married his fiancée, Rachel Issom. Upon arriving in Florida where the Royals practiced, Jackie found out that the people and the laws in the area would make things tough for a black baseball player. During preseason exhibition games, he was not allowed to stay with his teammates at the team hotels, and many cities in Florida would not open their fields for the team to play as long as Jackie was on the team. Branch Rickey eventually negotiated with local officials to open their fields. During Jackie's first game against the Jersey City Giants, Jersey City's catcher demanded that pitcher Warren Sandel hit Jackie with the ball. Warren Sandel, who had played against Jackie when they both lived in California, refused. Although he often faced hostility while on the road, Robinson's presence on the field increased attendance. More than 1 million people went to games to see Jackie play. Jackie Robinson went on to win the Most Valuable Player Award of 1946. The following year, Jackie was called up to play for the Major League Baseball team, the Brooklyn Dodgers. Some Dodger players said they would sit out the season rather than play alongside Robinson. Manager Leo Durocher stood up for Jackie. "I do not care if the guy is yellow or black or if he has stripes. I'm the manager of this team, and if he can play, I say he plays." On April 15, 1947, Robinson made his major league debut at the age of 28 at Ebbets Field in New York before a crowd of 26,000 people. The color barrier was officially broken for Major League Baseball. Playing baseball in 1947 would not be easy for Jackie. He was the target of much racial abuse from opposing teams and fans. Jackie would later say that the abuse from other teams helped unite him with his Dodger teammates. According to a survey conducted in 1947, Robinson was the second most popular man in the country, behind Bing Crosby. Robinson did, however, receive encouragement from several major league players. Lee Jeep Handley and Hank Greenberg were the first opposing players to wish him well. Jackie's first friend on the Dodgers was Pee Wee Reese, who often came to Jackie's defense against opposing players. In 1948, Reese, who was a very popular player, put his arm around Robinson in response to fans yelling racial slurs before a game in Cincinnati, Ohio. That moment has been commemorated by a statue outside of Keyspan Park in New York. In 1949, he won the MVP award and was voted to his first All-Star game. It would be the first All-Star game to include black players. He would go on to play baseball for 10 years, retiring at the age of 37. During his career, he and the Dodgers played in 6 World Series, winning 1 in 1955, and he played in 6 All-Star games. Following baseball, he became a vice president with the coffee company Chock Full of Nuts, making him the first African-American vice president of a major U.S. corporation. He was the co-founder of Freedom National Bank in Harlem. He also started the Jackie Robinson Construction Company to build homes for low-income families. He was also active in politics and civil rights. He marched on Washington with Martin Luther King Jr. and was the chairman of the NAACP. Jackie Robinson also became the first black African American to work as a sports broadcaster on television. In 1962, he became the first black player to be elected into the Baseball Hall of Fame. Jackie invited Branch Rickey to introduce him at the ceremony. He made his final public appearance before Game 2 of the World Series on October 15, 1972, throwing out the ceremonial first pitch. He would pass away 9 days later at his home in Connecticut at the age of 53. Jackie's legacy has been represented by hundreds of awards and honors. There have been movies, songs, and stage plays made about him. The United States Postal Service honored him with his own stamp. Numerous streets, buildings, and baseball fields have been named after Jackie Robinson. President Reagan posthumously awarded him the Congressional Medal of Freedom on March 26, 1984. Baseball's Rookie of the Year award was renamed the Jackie Robinson Award in 1987, and in 1997, Jackie's number 42 was retired throughout Major League Baseball. His courage ended 67 years of segregation in professional baseball. His efforts on and off the field were an essential part of black and white America coming together for a common goal. It put racism on public display. As Pee Wee Reese said when asked why he embraced Jackie Robinson, "I can think of many reasons not to like a man, but color isn't one of them." Every year since 2007, Major League Baseball honors Jackie Robinson by allowing players to wear the number 42 on April 15th, Jackie Robinson Day. Jackie Robinson once said, "I'm not concerned with your liking or disliking me. All I ask is that you respect me as a human being."